Alright guys, so today we're going to be checking out this smoke machine to do some testing on the EVAP system. They're great to find vacuum leaks and all that. Just does it very quickly. It doesn't take nearly as long to figure some stuff out when you're using this smoke machine. Just saves time. There's other ways to do it. You can just use, the old eyeball method and spending a lot of time looking for stuff, but using smoke, it pretty much shows up right away. So let's check it out. So here's the machine I'm using. It's very small. It can hang from, maybe if I can get you guys back a little bit, it can hang from the hood. It's got a little hose on it. So on this one here, the EVAP system, to kind of give you guys a heads up how this works. So 433, we're getting what was it? Code. I'll look it up again. And so this one here, here's the valve. I've checked to vacuum to it. I've actually taken the valve off and connected power to it, and it opens fine. So I could just blow through it by hand when I connected the power to that, so I know it's working. And what this does is this pulses the whole time, just pulses a bunch of times, and it seems to be doing that. You can put your hand on it, feel it doing that when it's running. Those are all things I've already tested. So from here back somewhere in the system, I have a leak, and so it could be in the gas tank, it could be the gas cap. And rather than go and just spend a whole bunch of money, this thing here is around a $50-ish category. So let's see how it works. I don't know. First time turning it on. So, and I put baby oil in it. Hopefully that works okay. Oh yeah. It's on. See if the smoke comes out of here. I don't know if it need to be just push buttons or anything. No, I think it just makes smoke. There it goes. Starting to do it already. There goes the smoke. You can see it. It's going to get more as time goes on here. Has to like heat up an element. Oh, it's actually building up pressure, which is weird. I wasn't doing that last time. I put air pressure on this thing to see if it would do it. Weird. So I'm gonna have to clamp this on here, or I can maybe pull this hose off and put it on there. So anyway, I tried just putting some shop air in there just to see gently. You shouldn't put that much air pressure in here because it's only, very minute amount of pressure that it holds. It also could be, if it is holding pressure, which it may be, is the pressure switch could be bad in the tank. So they make these without a pump, so you might want to make sure that you're getting one with a pump. Let's see how this thing works now, and then we'll go look underneath and see if there's anything coming out anywhere. So I ended up just pulling off the line wherever it was at least resistance, which was up here, and let's see if it blows smoke out underneath anywhere. All right, let's look underneath. We're going in. I smelled some gas there a minute ago. I'm always suspicious when I see EVAP system problems and different hose clamps on. See those hose clamps there? Those are different than the factory ones. The factory ones are like this, and I see different hose clamps on there, because it makes me wonder, okay, did somebody pull this tank out and maybe this is the pressure switch right here, so this could be where the issue is. if there's no leaks. I don't see any leaks. I would see something by now, pretty certain. So let's check the gas cap. Aha! Here we go. If I can get you guys up in there, you can see smoke coming out. Weird. Right here. Somewhere. You see that? It's coming out right here. So, I see a hose going to whatever that thing is. And smoke coming out of it. Maybe that is the pressure sensor. Because it's definitely leaking, and I don't think I could have ever found that without this tool. I mean, look at that, pretty clear. It's coming out from wherever that is. So I need to pull that thing down. Looks like there's a 10mm screw here. That's probably it, holding that thing in. And get that down and look at it. Some sort of a fuel tank vent or something. Oh. And then I see right here, is that a broken wire to it? Probably when they pulled the gas tank down, broke the wire to it too. So maybe that's what the issue is. Could be just a broken wire. So anyway, let's check the gas cap to make sure it's not that as well. But I think we found it. What the problem is, any leaks from here? Watch, you'll see this. Watch the smoke come out of here. Where is it? Huh. Weird. You'd think it would come out of here. Maybe that's such a bad leak back there that that's really where the problem is. I'm sure that's where it is now. God, that didn't take long at all. So one of these smoke machines really can help you save some time, that's for sure. Wow. Anyway, so that's how that thing works. It's amazing. Definitely. So the other things you can use it for, just so you know, is if you have vacuum leaks. Sometimes a vacuum leak can take, it's not the matter that you can't find it without it, okay, but it could take you hours of time just to find a vacuum leak. So what you do is you just find an easy vacuum port to go into, or they have this tool comes with it here. I believe this is for the intake. So if you've got like a throttle body that you want to put this on, you could do that. And you know, typically if your carburetor's shut or your throttle body shut, you won't have an issue with it. I guess certain engines you might need this. Okay, but you know, you're probably not gonna have issues. It's gonna be shut pretty much, right? You might get a little bit of smoke coming out somewhere, so you just kind of ignore that, and then start looking for where the vacuum, where the smoke's coming out of the hoses or wherever. And you can find it literally in minutes versus, you know, spending, I've spent an hour, 2 hours to try and find a vacuum leak on an engine. Just as simple as that. So anyway, I'll bring you back in. Let's take that down. We will take that down and take a look and see if that's the issue and what that part is. I don't know what it is. All right, what I saw underneath here is actually, there's a vent hose that goes out to the back. So it could be the valve, but what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this off and see. So all the smoke was going out that area and wasn't coming out here. It wasn't going into the tank. So I don't know if it needs vacuum on there to make that work, but I think that's also what this wedge is for. I think this is to go in here, and then we'll connect this to the machine. In this case, I used up my little power supply over here, so it's going to bring some smoke. I got this thing here hooked up, one of those old school, so it's going to bring some smoke out of this. We're going to have a little bit of a leak going on, but maybe we'll have some other places where we can see. If there's a leak under here. I don't know. I might need to do this in the morning just to make sure I can see. I can definitely smell the smoke. Kind of distinctive smell. But anything coming out up there? Let me get my flashlight out, let this thing really fill up with smoke really good, and then just start looking. No smoke under here. Nothing, so that's not leaking up there. I thought it might be, because you can see the clamps there. Somebody's either replaced the pressure line or had the pump out of this thing. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll put that cap on the pump with the seal wrong, and it leaks right there. So yeah, it looks to me, I don't really know, but looks to me like this part right here, whatever this thing is defective, because maybe it's not supposed to vent smoke out or vent air out the back. It should hold vacuum, and it's not. So it's purging all the time or something. I don't know what that thing is, but I think it's bad. So unfortunately, I think it's pretty expensive at the dealer, and I think it's dealer only, and maybe not available on this car, which is kind of a drag. So I kind of like my stuff fixed, even if you're in an area where it's, you know, not smog, or you don't have smog. So you go, hey, just leave my engine light on. Well, what if the engine light's on for something else and you don't know it? So could be that, or it could be the gas cap. I don't really have a way to check the gas cap. Oh boy, does it smoke bad out here. So it's got plenty of smoke going in there for sure. Little machine's working, but at least it eliminated a few things so that I know that it's definitely not a leak in the tank. So there's no tank leaks. Look at this. I mean, there's no tank leaks, so it could be the gas cap, but more than likely it's probably that vent. I'll show you the little part. I think I've got it off over here. So smoke was coming out of here, and all this is just basically a vent. That's what that is. It's a vent. The hose goes on here, and it just vents to the outside, so that, I guess, if you get in an accident or something like that, that valve's supposed to open, and then I don't really know. I'm guessing, but I think that valve is supposed to open if it gets pressurized and then let out the air, and that's constantly letting air out right now. It's not allowing it to build vacuum up, I don't think, because I've tried using a Mighty Vac on it to try and suck it, and it won't gain suction. So wonder if I plug this and tried to work it then. Just put a plug in there. Maybe we turn the light out. Put a BB in it. I mean, look what would happen if you got in an accident. The BB would just pop out. Kind of do the same thing as the check valve. Well, we'll try that, see what happens. See if the engine light doesn't go on. Right, but I think this is what's wrong, is not this thing, but the line going, or the little valve there. So, all right, let's try that. So we're going to go ahead and clear the codes in a second here, but I'll tell you, this is a 1996, so it's pretty old. And for some reason, both of my code readers don't recognize this car very well. Either it's too old, or just, I don't know, one of those things. Anyway, we'll read the codes again. I'm just going to see if it shows freeze frame. It shows 446. Okay. See what the let's see what it says. Pending. So it doesn't. Just shows generics on it. Current vent control circuit 446. Let's see, it doesn't show the. I'm trying to get it to do the. Trying to get it to do the show the freeze frame on it to see, okay, what is it doing when it's getting it? Is it showing, like, what's the vacuum pressure? Is it 0? Is it like really too high or too low? So let's just erase it because we can't look at that information. So like typically when I run a freeze frame, I can look at all that data and I can find out, okay, oh, during that freeze frame it's reading too high of, whatever, vacuum. The vacuum's too low, or it's too high, or not reading at all, or I get data. Okay, but for some reason this code reader and my other one, so my other one has more than this. I mean, so this one here, all of these, see, I can do live stream data, but if you see here, it doesn't show EVAP on this one. It will on other models, but not on this one. So it's just for some reason, I think it's because this is really old. So unless you have a really, really expensive one, it probably won't show this. And my other one, I can't even clear the codes on it, and this is because it's more for newer models. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll just run this for a couple days and see if the engine light comes on. If it doesn't, and it goes through readiness checks and it doesn't do it, even if I just get through readiness checks, and I could get a smog check and nobody notices that, I'm sure they wouldn't, then fine. Or replace, and then I'll know also too, for legit reasons, I could replace that valve if it's available. If it's not available, what do I have a choice to do? Try and find a used one, whatever, or just do something like that. Come on, that's all the choices we have. So anyway, it's a good running car. At least it's not venting into anywhere now because it's got a hose plug in it. Should be venting into the tank. I don't know if that valve goes one way or the other. I don't know how it works, but maybe it will work. Who knows? We'll find out in a couple days, or a day or two. So the question is, did it work? Yeah, it worked. It actually still has no check engine light. Let's see. No check engine light. It's gone through readiness checks. It's already gone through all the readiness and doesn't detect a problem with the EVAP. So that works as good as a temporary fix. I don't know how long it's going to last. Is it detectable? Probably not. Is it correct? Probably not. But it tells me that the problem was that forget what it's called. They call it something like a filter valve or something like that. And I think they're available at the dealer. Maybe not. You never know. It's something this old. You know, it's like you call in there, they might not have it available. What does that do if you need to pass smog? You know, it's kind of ridiculous. And the only place you can buy that part is the dealer. So, you know, it's really kind of funky that we have a state that still doesn't see that problem. That there's, you know, cars that are good. There's nothing wrong with this car. And the EVAP issue is not a real big deal as far as the runnability of the car, the emissions it puts out. I mean, God, for God's sakes, it's so minor, it's ridiculous. But, you know, they still make us do that. But the light's been out for 60, 70 miles, and the problem is solved with the smoke. I was able to figure it out very quickly, didn't waste a lot of time on it, so saved me a lot of time and money. I'll put a link in the description for that smoke machine. Works great. I would highly recommend it, and it's very inexpensive. So I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.